If you were to become Muslim one day, it would be the easiest conversion ever.
Why is God put it on the planet if it's not fit for consumption?
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well, inshallah. Today we are joined with my mum again.
Hi.
And today we are reacting to Eating of Pork is Haram in Islam and Christianity, answers by Dr Zakir Naik. I actually seen him when I was in Mecca. We were stood waiting behind this barrier to get in to see the Kaaba. You see like the important people come through and they kind of get taken in by guards. And he was there. I couldn't believe it. Hamza actually noticed him and I didn't even see him walking out in front of me. And Hamza's like, there's Dr Zakir Naik.
Oh, that would be quite amazing.
Yeah, it was really nice to see him in real life. Yeah. I felt like saying, Dr Zakir Naik, I've done quite a few videos of yours.
Yeah.
Reacted to quite a few. So let's begin, inshallah.
My name is Renilda and I'm a Christian. Since a long time I've been having conflicts with myself. The questions that I would like to ask today are mostly maybe assumptions or things what I've been influenced from people. My first question, it's about pig. Basically I would like to know what exactly is the meaning of haram. For a religion like Islam, it won't accuse anyone of being wrong, yeah? It wouldn't say something to be so wrong. Why is pig haram? Because I had attended a Christian convention and over there it was told, there was this priest who was saying that why is pork haram in Islam. He gave an example saying that the same rubbish, it was used as manure for the plants. The plants, supposing it was a mango tree, the mango grew, the roots had absorbed the same nutrients. The same rubbish, it grew into mango and we consume it. So how is it different from consuming it in pork and the mango?
Sister asked a question that what is the meaning of haram and why is pork haram in Islam? And she gave the example of the priest, a Christian priest who said that manure, which is dirt and filth, is used by the tree grows, and then mango comes and we eat mango. Trying to say that even if you eat the filth of the pork, it may be good for someone else, may not be good for others. That's what he means to say. So in Islam it's haram, but in Christianity it's allowed. Sister, first I will tell you the meaning of haram means prohibited, means forbidden. Haram in Islam means prohibited, it means forbidden. I will answer your question of the priest first and then I'll come to the real reason why pork is haram. The priest gave the example that manure is supposed to be dirt and filth, is healthy for the tree, and when the tree grows it gives mango and we eat the mango. Trying to say that maybe it's haram for Muslims but good for Christians. If you compare the manure which is filth for the human beings, it may be good for the plants because plants and human beings are two different beings. They aren't the same. They are different. But in Islam and Christianity, the human beings are the same. You may follow different religions, but what is good for one human being as a general thing is good for the other human being unless he has certain problems. For example, if he has diabetes, then sugar may not be good for him, but normally sugar is good. It gives you energy. Unless he has some problem, then it may not be good for him. But as far as general human beings are concerned, the rule for all the human beings, what is good and bad is the same. So you can't give the example of manure is good for some and not good for other. What we have to see, we have to go to the guide. What does the guide tell us? And we'll try and analyze what does the guide tell us. The guide in Christianity, it is the Bible. The guide in Islam is the Quran. When we read the Quran, there are no less than 4 different places where the Quran says pork is prohibited. Allah says in the Quran in Surah Baqarah chapter 2 verse 173, in Surah Ma'idah chapter number 5 verse number 3, in Surah Anam chapter number 6 verse number 145, and Surah Nahl chapter number 16 verse number 115, Hurrimat alaykumul maytutu waddamu walamun khinzir, wama ulla li ghayril bi. Forbidden for you for food are dead meat, blood, the flesh of swine, and any food on which any name besides Allah's name is taken. So your Quran says in no less than 4 different places that eating the flesh of pig, pork, is prohibited. Similarly, if you read the Bible in no less than 3 different places says pork is prohibited. Bible says in the book of Leviticus, chapter number 11, verse number 7 and 8, that thou shalt not eat the flesh of swine, nor touch its carcass. It's unclean for you. A similar message is given in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter number 14, verse number 8. Though the swine has cloven foot and it chews not the cud, it is unclean for you. Similarly, it's mentioned in the book of Isaiah, chapter number 65, verse number 2 to 5, that you should not have the flesh of swine. So Bible says in no less than 3 different places that you should not have the flesh of swine. And Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, said in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter number 5, verse number 17 to 20, that think not that I have come to destroy the law of the prophets. I have come not to destroy but to fulfill. For anyone who breaks one of the least commandments shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. That means if you break one law, one jot or tittle from the Old Testament, you shall not enter Jannah. So as a Christian, if you believe in the Bible, then eating pork is prohibited for you, is forbidden for you, is haram for you. If you are a Muslim, if you believe in the Quran, it is prohibited. If you do not believe in the Bible or do not believe in the Quran, let's analyze what does today's reason and logic and science say about pork. Today's science tells us that if you have the flesh of swine, there are chances that you may have no less than 70 different diseases. You can have pinworm, you can have roundworm. The most dangerous amongst all these diseases, it is tapeworm. It's called as Taenia solium. And it harbors in the intestine and is very long. Even if you cook the food very well, the eggs, the ova of Taenia solium does not die. And from the intestine, via the bloodstream, it can go to almost all the organs of your body. It can enter the eye and cause blindness. It can enter the heart and cause heart attack. It can enter the brain and cause brain damage. And by the time you realize you're suffering from the disease, it's an irreversible damage done. Furthermore, today science tells us that when you eat pork, it is more of fat-building material rather than muscle-building material. That's the reason most of the people who are regular pig eaters, they have got tires, they have got flaps. Today science tells us that by eating pork, there are high chances of having atherosclerosis. Today science tells us that if you eat pig regularly, you may have hypertension. That's the reason more than 50% of the Americans today, they're suffering from hypertension because most of them are pig eaters.
The way he says pig eater.
Today science tells us that one of the most filthiest animal on the face of the earth is the pig. Wherever you find dirt and filth, you'll find the pig there. Today science also tells us that pig is one of the most shameless animal on the face of the earth. Pig today is one of the most shameless animal on the face of the earth. It enjoys seeing its spouse, seeing its mate have sex with his friend. In the Western countries, we have dance parties. After dance parties, we are swapping of wives. You sleep with my wife, I sleep with your wife. You think it's nice? And there is a scientific thing that you eat pig and you behave like pig.
What an answer.
This answers the question, sister.
First of all, I would like to say that I just think he is absolutely amazing. He's so knowledgeable. And the fact that people can just come to him with any question and he's just so intelligent, he can actually give you passages from the Quran, passages from the Bible on the spot like that. I just think that, I think he's really, really great.
Yes, I've seen him in...
We've watched one of his videos before,
I was more compelled to listen to him because he made it a wee bit funny as well, didn't he? You know,
Yeah.
he who eats pigs.
Yeah. Did you know that eating pork is haram, well, not allowed in Christianity?
Well,
as
I didn't know that, but you told me that a
told
wee
you,
while
yeah.
ago, didn't you? Yes.
So I actually didn't know this before I was Muslim, because I have never, and I'm sure that there are Christians that don't eat it, but I personally have never come across a Christian that doesn't eat pork, ever. And I just didn't think that it was, I just thought it was in Islam, and I thought, oh, they're not allowed to eat it in that religion. But when I actually did my research into Islam is when I found out that it's also not allowed in Christianity, and I was shocked. Because a big part of Christmas Day is in the breakfast, you always have pork.
Yes.
You have
well, some
sausages.
people have it for their roast dinner as well.
Yeah.
And stuff.
You have like sausages wrapped in bacon, and that's like your breakfast. And then also as well, looking at alcohol, so you're allowed to have like a drop of wine, but you're not allowed to be drunk. And on Christmas Day, it's a big, big thing about drinking and getting really drunk.
Yes. I think in traditional Christmas days, you wouldn't associate getting drunk. When I look back over the years, Christmas Day was always for the children mainly, and it wouldn't be. It's not like New Year.
Yeah.
You expect everybody does that.
But then if you think about it though, like everybody's work has a Christmas party where you all go out and get drunk.
Yeah.
It is a big thing around
there's
it.
me, I've swerved every Christmas. I actually can't remember ever going to a Christmas night out with work. I've managed to just swerve it.
You have like the Christmas markets, and it's very heavy on the alcohol and things, and then also a lot of pork is sold in these Christmas markets as well. When I was looking at Islam from the outside, I thought, oh, there's a lot of rules. Why would you not want to eat pork and things like that? But actually every single thing has a reason why. And like you said there, eating pork is actually really, really dangerous for your body. There's so many bad things in pork that it's just not good for your body.
Well, everybody knows that if you are eating pork, you've got to cook it well.
But also scientists nowadays as well have said that it doesn't matter what temperature you cook pork, you're never going to kill all the bacteria. And there's a lot of dangerous bacteria living in it. And like Dr Zakir Naik said, this can then cause all sorts of things that you wouldn't expect. Even can go to your eyes and give you blindness.
Yes.
Like, it's really serious.
The only question I have about that is about pork is, why is God put it on the planet if it's not fit for consumption? I don't understand that, to be honest.
That's a bit like saying, why is alcohol here if you're not supposed to drink? We have free will as human beings, and we are given the guidance on what to do and what not to do, and it's up to us if we want to follow that guidance. Cigarettes, drinking alcohol, all these kind of things are known to be really, really bad for your body, but they're still in this world. It's up to you whether you want to do it or not, because every single thing put on this earth, there's a reason behind it. And I'm not exactly sure why it's here, but there will be a reason for it. But all I know is that we're definitely not supposed to be eating it.
All I can say is you're not missing anything. I don't really like pork. I've always said that bacon smells better than it tastes, really. But yeah, sausages are quite nice, but then you can get beef sausages, can't you?
Yeah,
And,
chicken.
Other options.
Or veggie.
Yeah.
So even if you don't follow Christianity, you don't follow Islam, scientists have proven that pork isn't good to consume. There's many, many other alternatives since becoming Muslim. Even while I was doing my research into Islam and I found out things about pork and I'd watched videos and things, it completely put me off eating it ever again, and never once have I thought, oh, I could really do with, I don't know, a pork pie or something like that. Never. I actually seen a video on TikTok, and this was when I was doing my research into Islam, and this farmer was just feeding rats and everything to this pig, and it ate absolutely everything. And I just thought, that's absolutely minging, and then I'm eating that.
I should look into that, shouldn't I, more?
Do you think hearing that puts you off eating pork a little bit?
Well, I don't eat it. That's the thing. I can't remember the last time.
Okay, then next time you're going to have a sausage roll, do you think that you might think about that or
Yeah,
not?
I might do, yeah. It's like, well, the only I would eat a sausage on a roll, yeah?
Yeah.
Now and again, but it's been a long time since I've done that.
Well, maybe next time you should think, well, I don't want to get blindness or I don't want to get some sort of disease.
Blind enough as it is,
I don't, maybe that's what's done it, it's all the sausage rolls.
You know, when you're growing up and you want to be a bit nasty to somebody, you'll say you're a pig.
Yeah.
I know, don't you?
Yeah, you do. There's a reason behind every single thing that we're not supposed to do. It makes it so valid because I know a lot of people will be like, oh, you know, why would you want that life? You have to live by so many rules now. It was better before when you didn't have to live by any rules. But there's meaning behind each one.
Well, to be honest, I don't know a lot of Muslims, but you've got Muslim friends now and you obviously chat and everything else. But I think that it makes it easier for you. This is haram and this is halal, sorry. And I think it's plain and simple.
Yeah.
And it's like a bit like the rules of bringing up a child. Make it simple.
Yeah.
You know. So, you know, this is it. And this is not it.
But also, though, there's always such great reasoning behind everything.
Yes,
so you're not just blindly going into something thinking, oh, well, I'm not supposed to do this, but I don't really know why. Because I feel like that's when rules start to get bent a little bit.
Oh, I know. Then definitely.
In Islam, like you say, it's black and white. We know, yes, you can do that. No, you can't. And I've never come across anyone trying to justify doing something haram.
Well, to be honest, that's how I feel in life, you know. You don't have to it, and you've got to make them decisions, haven't you? You know.
Yeah.
And,
At the end of the day, when you die, it's going to be you and God, and that's it. It's going to be between you two.
I know.
And that's it. You're not going to have anybody else around you.
I always think that the day you pass away, you'll have that network. Some people will be sad, and hopefully you'll be sad if I pass away. But you know, time goes on, and time's a great healer, and it fades away, and then you become like nobody knew you then. That's life, isn't it? So they say, don't they, 100 years after you've died, you've vanished from, you know, somebody else is living in your house.
That was actually from Muslim spoken word.
I know,
you
I remember that.
Yeah.
And it's true, that made you think, didn't it? It's right, nothing's that well, it is important, but it's you know, you've just...
That's why it's honestly so important to have a relationship with God. So important before it's too late. And you have to answer to Him for everything that you've done in your life.
Yeah.
That's why it's always good just to try and do everything in your power to please Him, basically.
But do you know what, Rebecca? Yeah, that is so important. But I think to live a clean and the best life you can, and it's nicer.
It's much more rewarding being a better person. I mean, I've lived both lives and I've chosen this one for myself, so alhamdulillah.
I've been lucky, I think, because I haven't been drawn into stuff that you don't want to be drawn into for some reason. Probably because I'm a bit dull.
You basically live like a Muslim anyway.
I know, I do.
You do?
Yeah, it's just because I don't want to. I'm just me, aren't I? Yeah.
If you were to become Muslim one day, it'd be the easiest conversion ever.
I know.
For me, honestly, I was miles away before I became Muslim, and you're so much closer.
I mean, I hate tattoos. I mean,
you've never drank, you've never smoked.
I've never cheated on my partner.
You dress modestly, You don't swear.
No, it's...
Yeah, you're always kind to people.
Goody two-shoes, aren't I?
Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one, inshallah.
Thank you. Bye.